Hi, good evening, volleyball fans, and welcome to this Heart of Lakes Conference matchup between the visiting Hawley Nuggets and the home Pelican Rapids Vikings. Exciting week here in Pelican Rapids. It is homecoming week. Hawley trying to come here and spoil what is homecoming night for these girls. A nice full stands from both sides. Both Pelican Rapids and the Hawley faithful showed up and showed out, as many Pelican Rapids athletes are also up in Hawley right now for the cross-country meet that is occurring in Hawley as we speak. But as for us here in the Al Siegley Activity Center, we're going to get things started with the Hawley Nuggets versus the Pelican Rapids Vikings. The drum cadence is going as they're announcing the starting lineups. We're going to catch up with you here for the Hawley Nuggets starting number 4, Ingrid Rusted. Number 6, Katarina Vetter. Also, number 7, that is Sella Fleming. Number 8, McKenna Walker. Number 11, Annika Johnson. And number 16, that is Audrina Liebnow. And many of those names you might remember from the good athlete from the basketball team as well, thinking Ingrid Rusted to name one of them memorable in what was an exciting girls' sporting affair. Was the semifinal section basketball game in 2024 when Pelican Rapids came back from a huge Hawley lead at halftime to end up spoiling Hawley's chances to go to the section final. Hawley trying to repay the favor here tonight in volleyball, and we'll see who Pelican Rapids is going to bring out here for their starting lineup. Number 1, the senior Hazel Haugrud. Number 3, Cameron Kirkwood. Number 4, Ariana Hovland. Number 5, Grace Backstrom. Number 6, Malia Tweeten. Number 9, and importantly for the Vikings, number 9, the senior Anna Roysum, who has spent much time not clothed in, not in her jersey for her, as both teams wave at each other good luck. For many weeks here, Anna Roysum was working off a little bit of a knee injury. You can see on her left leg she's got a brace, but she's sitting here in the middle of the court ready to get back in action, and it couldn't have came at a better time facing off against these Hawley Nuggets. Glad you could join us here for a nice night. If you were not able to make it in the stands, we appreciate you here being here with us at Channel 2 in Pelican Rapids. Pelican Rapids going to get the serve to start things off as Hazel Haugrud walks back towards her side here. Vikings will be serving from right to left on your screen, from the south to north. And here we go. First one set up nicely, and it looks like a little miscommunication there between Annika Johnson and the setter there, as the setter sailed Annika Johnson a little bit, or maybe she thought she was faking and they were going to go to the right side. Regardless, here we are. Going to get another chance. Here is Hawley at the net, and it's going to be either into the net or blocked. McKenna Walker trying to make a play onto that one. But Pelican Rapids, solid start against a very good Hawley Nuggets team. Hawley Nuggets coming into this matchup 16-5. Taking a look at their recent games, they're on a 3-game winning streak as they have beaten East Grand Forks, Park Rapids area, and Wadena Deer Creek, 3 solid teams, and they beat them in 4 or less games. Most recently, just playing on Tuesday, East Grand Forks is a 15-9 team that they took down 3 sets to 1. So exciting team here for the Hawley Nuggets bringing on the court. As showing it there is, looks like the point is going to go to Pelican Rapids. I don't know if that it must have hit the wand up there, the antenna right in front of the referee is, they did give the point to Hawley. Very nicely done. I thought for a second the official pointed at the, towards the right. As the Hawley faithful showing up in camo today, showing a little bit of noise as the Pelican Rapids student section is missing their pep band, who played very nicely here to start this start tonight. They're waiting on them to come back from the band room, so things are a little bit underrepresented here as far as the Viking student section goes. They need to show up quick because the team in camo, that's the Hawley Nuggets student section, is overpowering them right now. And that was a nice point there from Pelican Rapids. They'll finally get back on the board as they trail 2-4. If you're just joining us, we just got underway on homecoming night in Pelican Rapids. It is Malia Tweeten, the freshman, going to send things over here. Right-hand hit. Hawley's going to set things up. Annika Johnson in the middle. Nicely done. Slams that one home, and the rotations will come through for Pelican Rapids. Morgan Korf back in the game for Hawley. Number 5, that is Emma Sanis, the senior, making her debut into this game, and she'll get the serving duties here for the Nuggets. Sanis' serve goes to Hazel Huggard. Cameron Kirkwood in the middle, setting up. Backstrom, she's blocked, but not before a lift is going to be called here. Pelican Rapids trying to recover. Looks like a lift is going to be called, and nice block there from Hawley in the middle. That's Annika Johnson, number 11, standing in at a towering 5'11", the junior, a force to be reckoned with inside. Now Anna Roysum, once again, back in the mix, coming off a little bit of a knee injury. I don't believe she's 100%, sitting there wearing her left knee brace as she subs out of this game. In for her is Carly Hovland. But if you're Anna Roysum, the senior, you have to think that it's now or never. And volleyball, talking to her and her family, probably her favorite sport. And so it was now or never with just a couple weeks left in the season. May as well give it a ride if she feels like she can play. Back here on the right side, Rusted. Saved by the Vikings. Now it's Backstrom in the middle, blocked almost, but it got over on Hawley's side. So it's going to be, that's Katarina Vetter. So Vetter is down there, number 6, gets it over for Pelican Rapids, and Pelican Rapids sails it over right into Lou Hogland in the, you can see him back there in the gray jacket, the Pelican Rapids press. Lou risking it all to get this shot, and there it goes again. That one's going to sail over Lou's head, but this time the point's going to go the way of Pelican Rapids. You can see Lou down there with his Canon DX790 camera. I don't actually know what it is. It could be a Nikon down there, but he is dialed in. Let's take a look at the Pelican Rapids press edition next Thursday. It'll be a good one. I promise you that. And after that's all said and done, I don't think I've talked about volleyball at all these first 5 minutes. I've just been rambling about other things. But Pelican Rapids hanging in this game against a really good Hawley Nuggets team. It's 7-5 in the first set of action. They are trailing. Backstrom in the middle gets blocked in front by, looks like that's number 16 there, Audrina Liebnow. And now Liebnow tries to get it over here, but it's saved by the libero Korf. Now on the right side, Vetter, but that's going to sail wide. So point there for the Vikings. As a little bit of a run they've gone on now in this first set. 6-7 they trail. Ariana Hovland continuing her bout of serving. This time she'll send it to the libero, number 2, Hannah Stotts. Hannah Stotts, the junior, believes she's the older sister to Parker Stotts, kind of a standout golfer in the Heart of Lakes Conference. 8th grader this year. As the Pelican Rapids student section gets into it a little bit now, as the Vikings have been rolling. 7-7 it is. Korf is going to set up Haugrud on the left side, and it's tipped, but handled there nicely by Hawley. Right side, Vetter. Nice dig out by Korf. Miscommunication, however, and Kirkwood tries to get over as Hovland and Kirkwood having conversation about who should take what, and after that's said and done, Ingrid Rusted, number 4, going to send it over here for the Nuggets. Korf shovels it over here to Stotts. Now in the middle, Liebnow blocked, but not back over. Just deflected, I should say, down over here on Pelican Rapids' side. So Hawley, another point. Rusted continues. Hovland. Kirkwood, no one really there. But Pelican Rapids gets it over. Vetter, this time she connects there. Nice cross-court shot right in front of us here. Right down towards us, I should say, in the back right side. Great angle at that one we had is Vetter all over that kill. Hawley now, after giving up a little run, is going on a run of their own. 3 points for them. Now it's 10-7, first set. Backstrom flying up here almost a bit too much. Looks like she came under the net, but not before a fourth hit is called. Backstrom hit it into the net. As magic hands come up by the team in camo. As miscommunication there as a couple Vikings collide, Backstrom and Kirkwood. And that's going to be enough for Coach Heidi Eisman of the Pelican Rapids Vikings to call timeout as Pelican Rapids trails in this one 7-12, first set of action. Pelican Rapids coming into this one 8-8 on the season. They've been scuffling lately, losing their last three. Lost to New York Mills here last Tuesday night. Then they had to go on the road where they played Perham, lost that one last Thursday, and then Tuesday they went to Hillcrest Lutheran Academy, and they lost in 5. What an exceptional game that was. Pelican Rapids fell in the first set, came back in the second set, lost the third set, won the fourth set, and then the final decider was 15-12. Hillcrest got that fifth set to win that game. Hillcrest Lutheran Academy, certainly one of the conversation pieces of volleyball in this region right now. They are 19-0, have yet to lose to anyone. They just have Parker's Prairie tonight, and we'll try and keep you updated on some scores around the area, but they have Parker's Prairie tonight as their biggest test. Parker's Prairie is 12-5. Otherwise, they have to play Underwood twice and Rossay. So Hillcrest might be on their way to an undefeated season, but Hawley is another team to definitely watch here. They are ranked number 5 in in AA play, and so they are one of the teams to be beaten here, representing 8AA, and the Vikings are trying to give them their best shot tonight. Rusted is still serving after now it's been a run of 6 unanswered points as Korf shields her face there and is able to dig that out. As Hawley is going to be Rusted this time doing a second volley. Kirkwood tried the cheeky second volley toss over. Now Rusted returns the favor, getting a point for the Nuggets. Haugrud, nicely done there. Hawley almost unable to save that. Instead, they'll have to hit it over from the back line. And Backstrom blocked up front. Haugrud now, and it rolls along the net, almost wanting to go over, but doesn't. So Hawley, once again, dominant early. Kirkwood setting up Backstrom on the right side. Strong attack there, but dug out by the Nuggets. Vetter kind of fanned on that one, but Pelican Rapids controls. Haugrud. Once again, Vetter. Nice spot from her there. Getting it to die in no man's land. Ariana Hovland diving to try and save it, unable to get it done. There's 9 straight points now for the Hawley Nuggets. Kirkwood. Backstrom. There it is, finally. Able to stop the bleeding there. Grace Backstrom puts it in a perfect spot. It seems like Hawley's defense is all over the place. And finally, Backstrom able to find an open area. As Morgan Korf going to try and build some momentum here for the Vikings. Nicely done there as her serve is unable to be handled. As Hawley's just going to have to get it over. Haugrud saves it for Kirkwood. Now back to Haugrud, and once again, top of the net. Looks like it's going to go over, but Karams to the side. Vetter, Hovland, now Kirkwood. It's in the back line here. It's going to be Korf. Now on the right side here, that's number 8, McKenna Walker, giving a bit of an attack from the Nuggets. Again, Walker here, goes soft. Tried to dive in as Hazel Haugrud, but that one does fall. Kirkwood and Malia Tweeten in the middle. That one's dug out there by Katrina Vetter. And the attack is done there by Sella Fleming. really well-rounded attack from the Hawley Nuggets tonight. Plenty of girls here getting in the action. There's not one girl in particular that is the go-to girl to get a kill. Multiple girls with really solid attacks so far from many different angles. And there's another one right there as the Vikings diving all over to try and save it. But it's going to be Liebnow who's going to get the credit for that kill. And another timeout's going to be taken by head coach Heidi Eisenman of the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Hawley up 20-8 in this first set of action. Pelican Rapids is coached, as mentioned, by Heidi Eisenman. She's assisted by Marie Heiberg, Amanda Bells, Jill Roysum, Rochelle Richardson, and Jessica Weinrich. And the Hawley Nuggets are coached by Kathleen Rusted, assisted by Nicole Martin, Jennifer Todden, Miguel Garcia, Caitlin Zach, Tammy Bigger. I tell you what, they could have made this font a little less blurry, but we're going to go for it. Mac Halverson, Shannon Olson, Allison Breyer, Carrie Vetter. So I tell you what, Hawley's going to win the battle on the amount of coaches as well as the amount of solid girls here on their front line making some solid plays in this first set of action. 20-8. Hawley, dominant start here for the Nuggets, trying to spoil homecoming Thursday in Pelican. And you could consider this to be just the first of two bouts against Pelican Rapids and Hawley, as tomorrow night Hawley is also coming back to Pelican Rapids for Pelican Rapids homecoming game. It'll be Nuggets-Vikings on the gridiron starting at 7 o'clock. The Nuggets coming in 3-2 for the boys, 4-1 for Pelican Rapids. Should be a good, exciting matchup that we're all looking forward to. Pelican wins that point out of the timeout, so nicely done, Coach Eisenman. Kirkwood is going to serve for the Vikings. Now it's going to be a back set here on the right side. That was coming in Sella Fleming, but Vikings able to dig it out. This time it'll be a bit flat-footed, but it was Walker. Now Haugrud on the right side. That might have gone out, but Stott saved it. Pelican Rapids in the driver's seat now. Roysum on the right side, gets cheeky with it, and out wide as it hit off the net. Little extra air to send that out of bounds. Nuggets going to get that point, and Stotts is going to do the serving. Roysum, right side now. Roysum, right side, off the antenna here, and wide. So Hawley's going to get that point, 23-9. 2 points away here from their set point in this first set of action as the ball caroms all the way down to the doorway to the Legends Gymnasium. And they're finally able to find the volleyball. Kirkwood setting up Hazel Haugrud on the right side. And now it's the second set over there. That was Walker getting cheeky. Excuse me, that's veteran for doing the setting. And that's going to be wide there, the attack from Annika Johnson. So Vikings going to get the point. Hazel Haugrud going to serve for the Vikings. Johnson from way out of nowhere from the coach's bench. Malia Tweeten blocked in the middle, but she saves it. Now Kirkwood goes over her second volley. Vikings hanging on. That one's a little wide, but Hovland tries to save it, goes long. And that'll set up a set point here for the Hawley Nuggets. Serving for Hawley is Sella Fleming, the 5'9" junior. Sends it to the right. Haugrud to the setter, Kirkwood. In the middle, Roysum. Roysum, yes! Right in the back corner. Keeps things moving for the Vikings, 11-24 now. It's good for Roysum to make a connection there. Malia Tweeten going to serve. Stotts digs it out in the middle now. Good timing there. Annika Johnson going to get the final say here in this first set. Hawley wins this one, 25-11. We'll have a few-minute break here until we get to the second set of action. We'll be back here on Channel 2 with that second set. We're back in action for game 2 here in Pelican Rapids. Hawley's going to get the first serve away. That was Sella Fleming who got the job done. And the Vikings had a look there. Just wide left was Roysum, so Hawley breaks the ice here in set 2. And so Hawley continues to serve from left to right. I believe they used to switch sides, but I think nowadays they just leave it to right. Everyone stays on the same side. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen them switch sides. I got a fan right beside me bumping into me saying, well, shouldn't they be switching sides? I don't think that happens anymore. I think that might have been a COVID thing. Who knows? Let's just blame it on COVID like we blame every other little thing about our lives that's changed. I know we don't like change as northern Midwesterners, but here we are with Hawley staying from left to right. Hawley getting the first couple points. Pelican Rapids getting 1 point. So it is 2-1. Hawley, after taking the first set, 25-11. Pelican Rapids trying to avoid going down 2-0. That is Emma Sanis, the senior, serving here. And it's going to be Anna Roysum in the middle, finding her groove a little bit as she gets her second kill of the evening. The first couple attacks from Roysum, you could see she's still working through maybe some of that left knee. Just Roysum, someone so athletic. You see her sky high above the net. I think you can tell that she has been working through some pain, some lack of explosiveness. So, you know, obviously in volleyball especially, trying to calibrate that as you're changing your vertical, changing everything else, something that she's been working on. Diving to the floor there was Haugrud. Could not dig that out as Vetter's going to get credit for another kill. Now Annika Johnson in play here. Roysum on the right side, goes soft, gets it done, nicely done there. The veteran now going to have to, if she doesn't have the vertical that she does, adding a little bit of a cheeky spot play to her arsenal as she goes soft down on the right side, right by the 10-foot line. Nicely done by the senior. Vikings, promising start to this second set, 4-3. There's a little no-look shovel in by the Lieb now in the middle by Hawley. Now Vetter. Vetter is, it was blocked, but at their own feet, unable to be fully blocked, just deflected here. Pelican Rapids right there for the potential block, just could not quite get it done as it caromed right at their own feet. Kirkwood goes second volley over here. Hawley has to scramble. Vetter now. Dug out there by Haugrud. Vikings in position. Hovland, high, but, and wide. Yes, high and long there was Ariana Hovland. Rusted. That's going to carry him around. The Vikings might get lucky as that went off a basketball hoop, and it's going to be Hazel Haugrud. So thankfully, they get a nice carry him off the gym, and it goes wide. Yes, Pelican Rapids going to get that point as the dig attempt was going wildly towards the walking track, but Pelican Rapids lucked out as it hit off of some a basketball backboard and came back towards play. And so they ended up getting a point there. And another miscommunication is Carly Hovland and Morgan Korf weren't sure who to hit it to, and the chirping Hawley Nuggets faithful in their camo make sure that they hear about it. As Vetter standing back here, as it looks like there's a bit of confusion on the sideline, or just a rotation happening as Hayden Haugrud comes into the game in the back line. That's number 11, the sophomore for the Vikings. Vetter towards Hovland. Setting up Backstrom on the right side, and she mishits that into the net here. And that one goes up into the rafters here as an ace there from Vetter. It's about where Pelican Rapids was last time as well. They had a nice start to the set, and they ended up at a 7-7 tie, and then Hawley just took over. Right now it is 5-8. Pelican Rapids trails, but Hawley getting some kind of momentum here that if you're Pelican Rapids, you got to try and keep things going. Kirkwood saves it over, punts it back to Hawley. Now it's Korf, nicely done. Now Pelican might be able to go on offense. Backstrom tosses it over with her left hand. Now Liebnow, dug out by Haugrud. Over to Hazel Haugrud now, right side, into the lap of Hawley, so Pelican Rapids going to get that point. A nice scrappy play there by the Vikings makes it 6-8 in the second game. Every point is its own little match in volleyball. That's why we love it. Morgan Korf from right to left. Stotts digs it out. Now on the right side. Nicely done there. Sella Fleming finds a spot. No Vikings are. Hovland dives to try and save it, but Ariana Hovland unable to get it done. Annika Johnson back in the game. She gives Liebnow a little break on the front line. Haugrud, strong attack there. This one's bouncing up around the rafters. Rusted's able to save it, and Stott sends it back over. Left side, Haugrud blocked up at the line there. Nicely done by Fleming. Now Fleming sets up Johnson. She gets it done. Point Nuggets. (10-6), Hawley leads in the second set. Stotts continues to serve. Dugout Hovland. Oh, what an effort there, but unable to get it done. As the initial dig attempt there by Rusted, Stotts dives to save it, and then almost getting it over here was, looks like number 7, Fleming. Vetter now setting up Johnson on the right side. Attack. What a dig by Korf, and now scooped back over was Haugrud after a great attack from Johnson. Pelican Rapids momentarily continued the rally, but at the end of the day, Hawley is going to get that point, and Fleming's going to get the serve opportunity here as the junior sending it over. Whole host of juniors on this team here. Fleming, no shortage of it here. Looks like a good mix of youth and veteran status here for Hawley. A bunch of seniors, bunch of juniors, bunch of sophomores. Usually that makes for a pretty darn good team. Pelican Rapids right now setting 3 seniors on their front line as Zaylee Arrow is in this game for one of the first times of the night. Haugrud. That's going to go wildly off to the left as Ingrid Rusted tries to get that done with her right hand. Heads right into the coach's staff of Pelican Rapids. And Pelican Rapids hanging in there, 8-11, the Vikings. Serving it over here to the right. Off her back foot was Johnson, so Vikings able to handle that pretty well. Now Hovland, that one goes off the side of her foot wide, and by foot I mean hand, as wide left. Blair Walsh, 8-12. Pelican Rapids trails. Second set. If you're just joining us, Hawley won the first set. 1-0 in the second set now. Hawley has a 4-point lead. About halfway through. Vetter got set up. Diving save. Hazel Haugrud. Middle of Roysum. She goes soft with it. It's saved there by number 5, Emma Sanis. Kirkwood saves this one. Korf. Hovland on the right side. She goes right back to the left. It's saved by Vetter. Sanis. This is going to be the longest rally of the night regardless. Roysum in the middle. Joust up front. The rally continues. Kirkwood saves it. Korf. Arrow now. Saved by Rustin. Middle Johnson. Dug out by Haugrud. Ariana Hovland as both groups huffing and puffing here. Zaylee Arrow. She'll just send it over on the second volley. Now on the right side, Rustin. It is in. So it looks like it hit the ground and then hit off of the line judge, Charlotte Setter here. Right on top of it, it was in here on the right side, so Hawley's going to win that marathon of a point. That's going to be Ari Hovland tossing it over for the Vikings. On offense is Hawley. Rustin connects, but it was saved by Hazel Haugrud. Now it is Roysum in the back right corner. Thought she hit it, but it was wide. We saw it right over here. Ellie Kress all over that one. The line judge, Ellie Kress, on the far left side here. Hovland blocked, but wide, so nicely done there as that deflection goes wide, so the Vikings are going to get that point. Malia Tweeten serving for the Vikings as they trail by 5 in the second set. 9-14. Rustin connects. Nobody there for the Vikings. Point for the Nuggets. Korf back in the game for the Vikings. She digs that one out. Now Roysum on the right side. Too strong. Continuing to serve for the Nuggets is number 17, Haley Jelinek. 5'5" senior. Getting some serving duties. Kirkwood towards the middle. Backstrom. And Hawley gets another point, and a timeout's going to be called here by Pelican Rapids. As the camouflaged Hawley Nuggets faithful continues to do a nice job cheering. The Vikings trying to get some momentum here. Not much to cheer about for the Vikings squad, but these girls have been hanging in, working hard. There's a couple feature Vikings I want to bring up. The twin sister Arrow seniors, both Zaylee and Zayla Arrow. We're going to start with Zaylee. She got her time here on the court a little bit ago. She's a senior. She's a right side hitter. Her most prized possession is her phone. Wow. Her hobbies are gator wrestling. Not really sure what that is. I assume it's not wrestling with alligators because we don't live in Florida. What's an item on your future Okay, I don't know if she's just trying to troll here, but what's an item on your future bucket list? Raccoon training. And what's one thing that instantly makes your day better? Throwing things at Zayla. And what skill would you most like to learn? Pro breakdancing. Maybe she could be on the Olympic team in Australia with her pro breakdancing skills. That one goes long, so Pelican Rapids is going to win that point from a wayward serve by Ailey Jelinek. And last thing, biggest pet peeve, Zaylee Arrow, hair in my face. So we're going to talk about the Arrow twins a little bit. A couple seniors here that are a big part of this volleyball team, standing in at about 5'11" each. Very good athletes here on the volleyball court as well as the basketball court. Really pleasures to have in class as well. Speaking as a math teacher here in Pelican Rapids. Great students, great athletes. We're glad we could feature them a little bit here today as they're in the program. Busy night tonight as it's homecoming night in Pelican Rapids. It's autograph night. Not sure if it's senior night or not. I don't think so. I got to look and see how many more home games Pelican Rapids has. But they certainly are getting down to the wire here where there's probably not too many more home games left. Yeah, looking at the schedule, we just got a couple here. Staples-Motley next Thursday and Breckenridge the following Tuesday. So just 3 more games at home, and they have 1 away game at Barnesville. The volleyball team had a pretty good season, ups and downs. They're at 500 right now, trying to get above 500. Grace Backstrom going to make that her case as she pounds one here in the back right corner. And Vikings trying to get out of this hole. They're down 19-11, second set. Ari Hovland sends it over here to the left. Hawley a little bit discombobulated. They just have to toss it over, so the Vikings might be able to go on offense here. In the middle, it's Backstrom. Backstrom deflected, diving in to save it there was Rusted. And so Hawley able to get a nice attack from Vetter. But it's going to be Korf. She'll drive it to the back right corner. Lieb now in the middle. Kirkwood, left side, Haugrud. Haugrud, there she gets one to go. Couple points in a row now from the Vikings as they are getting a little bit more mojo here. Hovland continues to serve. And nice little attack there. Cheeky play over the top of the defenders was Vetter, the sophomore. The only sophomore we've really seen get much playing time here for the Nuggets, I guess, other than as well as Audrina Liebnow. And Mallory Halverson sends it over for the Nuggets. Backstrom on the right side, once again connecting the state high jump top 10 member, Skies, once again here. It connects with the right hand, gets her 4th kill of the game. And she takes a seat on the bench as rotating in is Hayden Haugrud once again. Morgan Korf serving for the Vikings. Sleeveless top libero, and that somehow goes everywhere. Karam's off the net and goes over. That's a lucky break from the Nuggets, and they get it. They'll take it any way they can get it. 21-13, they now have a lead. For the Vikings, you really could have used a point to go your way here to bring the, as with any point in volleyball, it is a 2-point swing. If you would have gotten it, it would have been a 6-point deficit, but now it's an 8-point deficit. Hayden Haugrud. And Kirkwood was trapped up against the net, and Annika Johnson read that like a book. She was there to block the second volley toss over by Kirkwood. Stotts serving for the Nuggets. Wide right, so nice read there. Hayden Haugrud keeping that, letting it go. And Pelican Rapids gets that point, down 8. Now or never for the Vikings here to win this set. Kirkwood serving. Rusted going a long way to save that. Gets it over to Halverson. Now it's Arrow in the middle. Deflected, but down. Nicely done there. Zaylee Arrow getting the kill. No hair in her face tonight as she's got the nice pony. And that's a knuckleball that's going to sail along here on Kirkwood. So Hawley's going to get that point. Pelican now down to their final 2 points of this set. Sella Fleming coming in to serve. Fleming's right hand goes into the net. Pelican Rapids wins the point, 16-23. It's going to be the senior now, Hazel Haugrud. She's got to go on a long run here when they're not at set point. Try and put the Vikings back in this game. Stotts tries to save it. No one there. In a serve that might have fallen on the back line, but also might have gone long if Stotts was going to let it go. Haugrud again. This time a little bit of a shorter serve. Stotts is able to get it on the right side there. That is Gracie Hecker, the junior. And Roysam now connects on one here. So Vikings now, their last stand in the second set, trying to make things interesting, down 5. Haugrud again. A deeper serve here. This one's tough in no man's land. Give that an ace here as they go in, start the lawnmower. Just what the doctor ordered. So you can hear the murmuring starting to build. Haugrud, Stotts. Going to set up Johnson here on the right side. Haugrud digs it out. Nice play, Hazel. Korf, Stotts, Johnson again. No, this time to the right. It's Rusted, but she hits it into the net. As you can hear, a couple shrieks from some elementary fans on what is autograph night in Pelican Rapids. The fans getting excited. And for the first time, we hear some student section of Pelican Rapids come to life as they might have a shot at this second game. And finally, Annika Johnson wants to put an end to that. She's able to get the point for Hawley, setting up a set point for the Nuggets. Serving for Hawley to try and get that done is going to be Sanis. That's Emma Sanis, the senior. Standing at 5'6", steps into it, right-handed hit. Haugrud, Kirkwood, middle Roysam. Roysam gets a deflection, but Stotts is able to clean it up. Rustin connects in. Final. That's how the second set ends here, 25-20. Pelican Rapids falls in another game here. Hawley now has a 2-0 lead. And the Vikings going to go here, have a little 3-minute break until the third set. We'll be back here on.
This is about our future.
A future that starts with us.
A future that starts today.
And we'll do it
together. Together. We realize that in order to make a difference,
we need to embrace our differences.
Because it's our differences
that drives our greatness. We must learn to challenge ourselves,
how we see ourselves,
and the world around us.
We need to push boundaries and move forward with intention.
Encouraging all of us to make a real change in the world.
And in ourselves.
Pelican Rapids isn't just a place. It's a home, a community, and our school isn't just a school, but a gateway to the rest of the world.
Our future is about me.
About you.
About us.
And it all starts here.
A place where we can be part of a team.
part of a dream.
And given the tools to pursue the unseen.
A place that we all belong.
And we all belong
here.
Today's gonna be a busy one, so make sure to have an extra juice box with me, just in case. Today's gonna be filled with so many fun adventures and new friends. So many new things to learn and new worlds to explore. There'll be reading, writing, math, science, social studies, art, music, library, and Fayed. I mean, it's a lot, but it's cool. We're big kids now. We got this.
I think kindergarten is just this magical place where they come to us and we are teaching them to become leaders, to be curious about the world, to be confident, to be able to go out and explore on their own and be thinkers. I think everybody should have that chance to visit a kindergarten classroom and just see the magic, because really, it's a magical place to be.
I think we got it. Yes! Pelican Rapids.
All right, the players find their way back here to this third set to start this thing up here. Hawley, if you're just joining us, won the first two sets. First one 25-11, the second one 25-20. Pelican Rapids put together a good rally here behind the back of the serving senior Hazel Haugrud. One more senior I want to point out here on the feature program, Zayla Arrow, as mentioned, that's a twin sister to Zaylee. She's also a senior, obviously, positioned as the right hitter. She's actually been off the court a little bit here lately with a shoulder injury. She is dressed, but she's rehabbing as Annika Johnson tosses that into the net. Pelican Rapids starting off this third set with a point win. Her most prized possession is her phone. Her hobbies would be a jellyfish whisperer and a pro squirrel trainer. I honestly believe they did this together. What an item on your bucket list, pet a koala. Either they were both at a zoo while writing this, or they just decided to troll together and they were filling this out, didn't know what to put down here. One thing that instantly makes your day better, throwing stuff at Zaylee. What skill would you most like to learn? Dancing. What is your biggest pet peeve? Slow walkers. So slow walkers here is the biggest pet peeve of Zayla Arrow, as she's been unable to play lately, as mentioned, due to her rotator cuff or just some kind of shoulder issue that she's been tendonitis or something. She's been rehabbing through it. No surgery needed, it sounds like. But Hawley's going to get 3 points there unanswered after Pelican started off with the first point. And so solid serving from Sella Fleming. Been setting up the Nuggets to go on offense here. They've won 3 in a row now. Hazel Hugger comes streaking in to save it. Now she'll toss it over. Hawley in the driver's seat again. Johnson had to reach far, and it goes wide, so Hawley's going to get that. Pelican Rapids did block it, but then it rolled up on the net for longer than Pelican would have wanted. Fell wide right. Hawley continues. Fleming. Kirkwood. Left side, Hovland. Now over here, far across the wand. No good, point Pelican Rapids. So Vikings stop the bleeding there. As rotating in is going to be Grace Baxter back in here for the libero core. Tweeten. Vetter. Kirkwood. Backstrom, and nice attack there, connected, and Hawley's kind of scrambling a little bit. And now it's the Vikings will do some scrambling here as Roysom's able to save it, but looks like someone made contact with the net or fell underneath the net, one of the two. So Hawley's going to get the point here. Roysom, right side, blocked up front. Nicely done there. It's going to be Johnson and Vetter both combining here for the defense. As once again, the camo wearing Hawley faithful chanting their classic jeers, their classic trolls over here on the left side. Vikings fans speechless. It's been a lot of Hawley here today. On the right side, Rustin, yes, right in the back left corner. Well done. (7-2). Hawley has a lead here. It's going to be now Emma Sanis. And Ariana Hovland running all over here to save that one. It's going to be Hazel Haugrud saving it as well. In the middle, Johnson, yes. Annika Johnson. Nuggets 8. Pelican Rapids 2, and Hawley, as mentioned before, came into this game. Timeout's going to be called by Heidi Eisenman. And Hawley, as mentioned, have a few players here that can be seen on the basketball court as well, kind of taking some extra spice into this game, it seems like, to let Pelican Rapids know they did not forget about the semifinal game and the section meet here, or at the section tournament in basketball in March, as Hawley memorably had such a strong shooting affair in the first half that they were up big. It was up 20-something, if I remember, or up 30 something crazy. And Pelican Rapids somehow clawed their way back to win that game. So Hawley returning the favor. So if you're Pelican Rapids, you might not come away winning this game, but you can try and return the favor again when basketball season comes around. I know there's plenty of people in Pelican Rapids ready for this basketball season to start up. Dave Rund, one of them, one of the standout fans of this volleyball game. I'm sure he's just thinking about plays to write up here for the Pelican Rapids boys team as one of the defensive gurus of the HOL can be seen. Probably thinking about what zone defense he doesn't want to run because man-to-man's always the best option. Backstrom in the middle, yes, connects. Oh, what a diving stop there by Stotts. Hawley continues the rally. Wow, Stotts gets a lot of credit for that dig. Royston on the right side, into the net. So Nuggets are going to get that point again. Rotation coming in here. Kendallin Hill, the junior, getting her first look in the middle, number 12. Grace Backstrom here. Tossing one back left. Stotts digs it out. Right side, Rusted. Long she goes. So the Vikings are going to get that point and get back into the mix here. Kirkwood, left side, Hovland, blocked up front. Rusted gets to get credit with that block. It might have just hit the top of the net, but Rusted right there here to block it otherwise. As a couple substitutions come into the game here, Vetter, Liebnow, Anna Stott serving. Korf saves it somehow, gets it over here. Hawley's going to have to do it again. Vetter, scoop shot from the front line. Wow, she had to improvise there. Now Backstrom gets to go in the offensive. Second volley, no man's land. Nicely done, Rusted. Stotts, knuckleball into the net. Point Vikings. 4 points for Pelican Rapids, 11 points Hawley. Vikings looking for a run here. Vikings faithful on their feet, realizing it's now or never. This is the third set. Vikings trail 2-0. Vetter. Now Kirkwood. Haugrud. Blocked up front. Rusted. Nice playing. Ingrid Rusted. She's going to get the serving duties as well. And she'll take an ace here. Nicely done by her. She's actually got, she might have her first ace of the night there with that one. And a substitution's going to come in. Rusted's going to take a seat. Serving now for Hawley is going to be Marley Knutson. The 5'4" sophomore hits it over here. And she's going to get an ace. As the libero Korf could not handle that one. Nice attack from Knutson. As that one goes long, it felt like a little miscommunication between the Vikings, but finally Carly Hovland lets it go. Morgan Korf lets it go. It goes long. (14-5). Third set. Liebnow just scoops it over in the middle. Kirkwood, first volley. A whistle sounds. Vikings point. It looks like maybe Liebnow got underneath the net. Somebody from Hawley might have. Nice attack from Vetter. Hit off the net. Or deflected here in the front line, kind of threw off Hovland. And so the volleyball went caroming and finally is found. Back to Vetter it goes. Katie Vetter. Carly Hovland. Cameron Kirkwood, Hazel Haugard attack, long. No tip. Oh, yes, there was a tip. And so Pelican Rapids going to get that point. And some substitutions come in. Zaylee Arrow back in the mix. Cameron Kirkwood, nice serve. Kirkwood saves it. Now Korf back to the middle. Hovland, Ari Hovland. Now on the right side, that's going to be Fleming getting the job done there. Substitutions going every which way here. Halverson back in the game for the Nuggets. And there it is right there. Adrina Liebenow gets an ace. Liebenow going to continue here. 17-7. That one goes wide, so Pelican Rapids going to get that point. As another host of substitutions come back in here, Haley Jelinek back in for the Nuggets. Hazel Haugard serving. As Hawley up 17-8, third game. They're up 2-0. Somehow Hawley saves that. Kirkwood, Roysum right side, gets a tip. Going to get a point as Pelican trying to fight back in this one here. Johnson, yes, gets the job done for Hawley, 18-9. Hawley in firm control. A couple more substitutions come in. Hawley poised to go to 17-5 on the season. Just have a couple games left. They have to host 2 more games. They host Perham and Staples Motley before the start of the Section 8 AA playoffs. Pelican Rapids also in that mix for the 8 AA playoffs. Looking at Hawley's schedule, they've really only lost one other game in that 8 AA mix. That's to the DGF Rebels. The Rebels are 12-3, and so that's going to be an interesting look here as we get to the finals going into the playoffs. Section-wise, it looks like it might be Hawley and DGF that are going to be vying for that volleyball crown, and we'll have to see here as we go forward. Backstrom. Haugard, Hayden Haugard. There, she's going to get her kill here. Nicely done by the sophomore. As nice spot from her, getting the point. And almost speaking too soon here as Malia Tweeten, the freshman, sends it over for the Vikings, trying to make something happen here before this game's over. And that one hits the net, so Pelican Rapids, it's going to be Hawley who gets that point. I thought maybe her hand had hit the net, but it was just the ball that ricocheted off the net. So point Hawley, 19-11. Sanis going to serve. Oh, nice dig out there by Korf. Backstrom's going to take over. Deflection. Rally continues. Right side there. That was Halverson, but Vikings able to handle it. Roysum. That almost went up into the rafters. But the rally continues. Backstrom in the middle. Connects. Grace Backstrom with another kill tonight. Now making it 12-19. Vikings trail, but have some momentum. Substitutions come in. Carly Hovland in the game for the Vikings. Nicely done. Cameron Kirkwood find a way to first volley that one into the right spot. Another point for the Vikings. As we're into crunch time on this third game, Vikings need to continue this comeback right now. There's no time. Now is the time to try and get themselves back into this game and set 3. Haugard, Kirkwood, middle, Backstrom. She's tied up against the net. It's blocked by Hawley, but not enough for it to matter because Hawley falls in that point. Vikings win it. once again trying to dig themselves back. There's never an ending time in volleyball. Volleyball goes until the last point is sounded. It's kind of like baseball, and that's going to be a lift by Hawley, and so Pelican Rapids going to get another one. 19-15, and after a couple substitutions came in for Hawley, Hawley got pretty comfortable. Pelican Rapids staying determined, staying perseverant. Blocked by Haugard up front, but she saves it. Was in her lap for a moment, but gets it back to her teammates. In the middle there now, that's into the net. Gracie Hecker. 19-16 as the Pelican Rapids faithful find themselves on their feet, shaking the pom-poms. Haugard, middle, dug out by Carly Hovland. Backstrom in the middle, blocked momentarily, but scooped back to her teammates. It's Hawley on the right side. Hecker, she's finally going to get a point for Hawley to stop the bleeding as Pelican Rapids was storming back into this third set. And some substitutions are going to come back in, so Lieben now back in, as well as the libero Stotts. And so it looks like head coach Kathleen Rusted saw a little bit of enough. She kind of went back to a bit of first string here to try and make sure that this third game is done with. Korf gets it to Haugard. Hayden Haugard hits that one wide. 21-16. So for Pelican Rapids, certainly a bit of a victory there to force the hand for the Hawley coach here to make sure that they can finish the business with the libero back in the game. Stotts serving. Backstrom in the middle, attacking. Dugout there. Now on the right side, fanned on it was Jocelyn Skank. And that one's in. Point for Hawley, 22-17. And Hawley going to send out Marley Knutson. And Hayden Haugard back in the game for Ari Hovland. So Vikings trying to extend this to a fourth game with volleyball. Anything can happen if you can win that. And it's going to be a point. They're going to call a, not sure what they called there, but if you're Pelican Rapids, if you can extend this to a fourth game, anything can happen, as always in volleyball. Morgan Korf. In the middle there, Lieben now, dug out by Korf, but dug out into the bleachers on the far side. And Hawley's going to get the point. One step closer to game point here, 23-18. We're on game point eve. Pelican Rapids trying to make their final stand here. It could help with a win against Gracie Hecker serving. Number 3. Sent that hard to the right, dug out by Korf. Haugard just going to have to pass. Gets it back in the middle. Right side there, Walker. Blocked by the Vikings, but Hawley's able to save it. Kirkwood's going to set up Haugard on the left side. It's off the net, bounces over, yes! Point Pelican Rapids. Karams off the net, bounces off the net, goes over. Finally, after Hazel Haugard got a couple unfortunate bounces on the left side, she finally is able to get one to go here that's in her favor. Kirkwood. Serving for the Vikings, down 4. 23-19, goes long, so Pelican Rapids going to get that point. And it gets more exciting, 23-20. Every point is everything for the Vikings now. Third set, down 2-0 is Pelican Rapids. Bounces off the net, saved by Kirkwood somehow. Haugard keeps it going after what was almost, the air almost came out of the gym. Kirkwood, right side now, Roysum attacks, There's some power there into the net. It goes 21-23. Kirkwood. As you can hear, a little bit of chanting going on here from the Hawley faithful. Somehow saved. Definitely could have been a double hit into the chest of Arrow, but it continues. Haugrud dives. Kirkwood. Korf saves it. Wow. Everything going on here. Kirkwood dives. There's the intensity the Vikings have been looking for. Korf hits it to the front line. Now Haugrud. Vikings trying to set something up. It's Roysum on the right side. Diving in there to save that was Fleming. Now Walker blocked up front into the rafters. Wow, Hawley saved it. But it's in! As the crowd goes nuts. Wow. Timeout Hawley. As if Pelican faithful getting on their feet in applause for that set of points as they have dug themselves out of a 23-17 hole, won the last 5 points, induced a timeout from the Hawley head coach, Kathleen Rusted, for the first time all game. With their backs up against the wall, they fight like it. Pelican Rapids trying to extend this to a 4th game. And so regardless of the results of tonight, certainly some volleyball to be proud of in the last 5 minutes or so here from the Vikings. As now it's up to Hawley to try and right the ship. All the momentum on Pelican Rapids' side. What a crazy set of circumstances, and what was a dig that went off the rafters so close to the net. If it would have gone over off the rafters, it would have been Pelican's point. Somehow Hawley saved it, but then somehow Hazel Haugrud was able to put it right on the back line. So Vikings have an opportunity. Roysum in the middle, connects, ties it up at 23. As it looks like Pelican Rapids maintained their momentum out of the timeout. Student section back on their feet, as well as some Pelican Rapids parents here on either side of the floor. As Hawley starts to squirm a little bit, hoping they could get home early tonight. Might not happen. Kirkwood. Rustin over here, Walker, dug out by Kirkwood. It's going to be Korf who will just send it to Haugrud. They're going to send it the way of Hawley, see what they can do. Back set. What a save by Korf, as Arrow's going to keep the rally alive. One-handed dig out by Korf, now blocked up front, Roysum. Haugrud, Hayden Haugrud in the game. Now Roysum saves it in the middle. Hawley has a miscommunication. It goes to Haugrud. They're going to set up some offense now. Roysum going to her left. Second volley. There's a bit of franticism there from Pelican Rapids. They just get it over after 2. Vetter. Kirkwood. Roysum in the middle. Long. As Roysum had a chance, and the Nuggets going to get that point, and they'll win their first point in about 6 of them, as now they stare down a set and game point. It's Liebenau. Korf, Kirkwood, Arrow just gets it over. Let's see what Johnson can do in the middle. Diving Korf, saved. Roysum in the middle, right side. Johnson, no, not back set, into the net, 24-24. Fleming tried to end it. She couldn't. As we are into win by 2 volleyball. It's 24-24. Haugrud in the middle. Johnson, saved by Korf. Nicely done. Kirkwood, Roysum, nice little dump, but saved by Vetter. Now Vetter from the back line. She mishits that into the net. This time it's Pelican Rapids who has a shot at game point. Set point, as they're down 2-0, trying to get this 3rd game, send it to a 4th set. And there's a miscommunication. A timeout may be called. The whistle was to call a timeout for Hawley. instead of a whistle to allow Haugerud to serve it over. So that serve was not intended. What a third game. If you're just joining us, Pelican Rapids lost the first 2 sets. Hawley won the first one handily, 25-11. The second set was a little more competitive, 25-20, but Pelican Rapids fell once again. Now in their third set, Pelican Rapids was down 23-17. Looking like this was going to be a quick 3-set finish, sweep by Hawley. And now Pelican Rapids won 6 points in a row to get it to 23 all. 22-24. Then Pelican Rapids clawed back, won another point. They're up 25-24. Pelican Rapids has a shot to win the set. Johnson. Oh, and it's going to be a point for Hawley as they level things back up here. As Hawley was forced to use both timeouts in this set, as they just did there. Looks like it was an effective timeout called, as it's back to all square at 25. It's a win by 2 volleyball right now. Kirkwood, middle Roysum. She connects, but it's blocked in the middle by Annika Johnson. What a nice block there with power. And now it's going to be Pelican Rapids is going to call their timeout. On a busy night, homecoming Thursday, autograph night. Homecoming royalty was announced before this. The pep band was here. The national anthem was awesome. And after it's all said and done, it's turned into an absolute triumphant finish in the third game. And for Pelican Rapids, they're hoping that this isn't the finish at all. They're up against now a game point. Hawley has 26. They have 25. Pelican, once again, their backs squarely to the wall. Staring at her feet is Sella Fleming, the junior, in white. Tossing it to the right. Dug by Hazel Haugerud. Kirkwood, middle Roysum. She goes soft, gets blocked, and that's how it's going to end here as Hawley wins the game. 27-25 the third set. They will sweep tonight, 3-0. And for all of us here at Channel 2, we appreciate you watching. The next Channel 2 action will be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on the Gridiron as Hawley's coming right back to town. The Hawley Nuggets facing off against the Pelican Rapids Vikings here on Channel 2. For all of us here, Carrie Haugerud, Willa